All right, so let's put some context into our training. One of the questions I often get asked is, why are there so many wrist grabs in Hapkido? And the truth is, it's actually a misconception. Wrist grabs, yes, they're the fundamental techniques people learn in the very beginning of Hapkido, but it's really for the first couple of ranks. So at our school, it's usually for your white, yellow, maybe orange belt ranks, because they're very fundamental techniques. The wrist grabs themselves helps to illustrate movement and spatial coordination, and also how to maneuver your opponent. So for example, when my partner grabs my wrist, right? Yes, there's so many techniques that we've seen in videos and demonstrations. You've got the knife hand press, you have your wrist locks and all that. But if all I was thinking about is self-defense, I think punching my partner in the face, or even just a simple wrist escape, that will do. So why do we learn wrist grabs in Hapkido? We first have to understand the origin of it. Hapkido came from a Japanese martial art that has a lot of sword movements in it. So when you think of a sword, if I have a sword in my belt, going back to feudal Japan, if an adversary was to accost me, what is the first thing that they would try to guard against? It's like if I had a gun, right? The first thing she's probably going to try to block is the hand that has the sword. So if I have my hand on the sword and she grabs my wrist, right? She's trying to protect the sword. Yes, I would be able to, I might do a joint lock, right, on her hand. That's where you have this come from, right? The famous Z lock. Or, I might try to, she might try to, grab the sword hand, or she might even try to grab the sword, herself, right? And again, you have the Z lock, and so on and so forth. So most of the motions that we have in the beginning sort of came from that concept of defending against the sword grab. The other part is fundamental movement. For example, the knife hand press, right? We do it from a basic wrist grab. How do I teach how to understand moving my opponent's body, right? Fingers towards her wrist, pushing, rotate to lower her weight, turn, and then I come. That's in the beginning. But once I understand that concept from the wrist grab, I can apply that from any position. I can apply from a shoulder grab, I can apply from a grappling stance, or even if we're striking, I should try a jab cross hook, right? Same knife and press. So hopefully that helps us get a little bit of context of how we transition from those static wrist grabs in the beginning into more functional self-defense applications.